Hey everyone, Jason here with Faceshift Games. Wanted to do a quick update. It's July 28th, so we're nearing the end of another month. Uh, got a lot going on right now. Gearing up for Gen Con next week. For those of you who are going out there, we'll be at booth 169, Faceshift. We will be demoing and selling Dungeon Drop, of course, and we'll be demoing Drop Drive all weekend. Ideally, we would have had Drop Drive fully available in fulfillment to you all in delivery and available for sale at Gen Con. Clearly, that just did not happen. We've been keeping you up to date about the delays and some of the obstacles with the project, and the hits keep coming. So I'm going to let you know exactly where things are at, but clearly we will not have copies available at Gen Con. That said, we'll have our demo copy, and we will demo it nonstop the whole weekend. We'll have a dedicated kiosk, so we welcome you to come over and see the pre-production components if you're there. We'll run some events, and we'll drive some raffles and giveaways for people who pre-order online and so on. So we're going to make a big deal of it. Certainly we have to. It's Gen Con. But what we are planning at this point is Essen will be the release. Essen will be the big worldwide initial release of Drop Drive. At that point, which is the beginning of October, we will have copies available. We'll fulfill backers who are going to Essen. We'll offer you pickup option. And we should be at that point in or nearing delivery and end backer fulfillment worldwide. Some regions will have started, some will come shortly thereafter. So that's the rough plan. Here's where we're specifically at. As of 2 days ago, July 26th, we approved the final components. Actually, there's one last component, but I told the factory, I don't care. Move now. I trust that you're going to get this last component right. They have to change one piece of wood from white to black. It's honestly, even if it was white, it would not be a problem. So, for all intents and purposes, as of 2 days ago, we approved the final proofs of everything in Drop Drive with the manufacturer. What that effectively does is it starts it's like the big green button. As I was talking with somebody over private message, it's like the big green button, go. Now I've wanted to hit that big green button for quite some time now. The proofing process just took an inordinate amount of time. I'll briefly mention this. Listen, you guys know I'm a generally positive person. We don't throw other companies and other people under the bus. We don't point fingers. Bottom line is we delivered, as we told you, we delivered the digital files for Drop Drive back in February, end of February. And here we are, end of July. And we just finished the proofing. So that means July, February, March, April, May, June, July. 5 solid months it took to do the proofing process. Now, what I can tell you is every question that we received, every digital proof that we received that we had to approve, we responded within hours to every single one of those. And that's our responsibility. Why did the proofing process with the manufacturer take 5 solid months? I can't tell you. I can tell you that is not normal. In my mind, it's not acceptable. It does impact choices that we'll make in the future and how we'll work with different manufacturers and which ones we'll work with. I can say that this manufacturer is extremely reputable and super high quality. The product that you're going to get is going to be off the charts. You're going to love it. But was it acceptable that it took 5 months to do the proofing end to end? It's unheard of. I mean, to me, it's unheard of. Maybe to larger companies, they're like, yeah, sometimes that happens. I don't know. Bottom line is, as we told you before, every phase of this project, from our game development to our file preparation to now the proofing process, has just taken so much longer than what we anticipated. Now as we move into the next phase, which is manufacturing, the actual like end-to-end, pushing all the assembly line stuff through and printing thousands of copies of this stuff. Normally manufacturers guarantee that that phase happens within a 45-day window. And they say that because sometimes it's way less. Because it depends on how many other projects are in queue. But once they really start at printing, frankly, it's only a few days of actual like printing press printing. You know, they spit out these copies like it's there's no tomorrow. It's very, very fast once they actually start. But there's n number of other projects in their queues that we have to wait in line. So they usually say they guarantee within 45 days. In this case, our factory told us 2 days ago, once the proofing was done, they said they can guarantee 55 days, which is 10 days more than that high end of a normal guarantee from a manufacturer. So once again, it's a longer phase than we would expect. And we have zero involvement here. There's nothing that we do during this. This is all them. We wait. We hope to see pictures. We'll send you the pictures as we see them. Videos. Sometimes some of our manufacturers send us videos of stuff going on the assembly line. It's always fun to see that. But bottom line is they said because some aspects of this project are more complicated, that's the best we can do. And of course, our reps went back and said, what are the pieces that are complicated? We want to get more information. Doesn't matter. Bottom line is, as of the end of July, we're being told 55 days for the mass manufacturing. So let's say that takes us through August and September. Pretty close to the last update that I gave you. That means freight, ocean freight, happens over October, November. Now, ocean freight is like, it could be 15 days for some regions. It could be 60 days for like Australia typically. So over October, November, ocean freight, depending on the region, maybe it's just October. And then over November, December, for most regions, delivery, fulfillment from the actual warehouses. So we're still pretty close to the last time I updated you. So not sure what else there is to say. Oh, I was hoping I could show you today, but I just got the FedEx notice that there's a delay until Monday. But I should have in my hands, for the first time ever, the actual Sun component, plus about a dozen other components that we had tweaked and worked through with the factory. So I'm supposed to get those updated components. I was supposed to get them today, but just delayed till Monday, but I wanted to get this video out. So that's coming. I'll do another update once I have that, and I can show you for the first time the actual spherical, wooden, painted Sun that we've not had thus far. What else? Gen Con booth 169. Essen, we're at booth 2E111. If you're going out there. Flutter, we're still taking late pledges for Flutter, so if you saw that and you're interested, by all means, you can late pledge. And late pledges for Drop Drive will stay open through Gen Con, because we're going to push late pledges or pre-orders pretty hard at Gen Con, and then that's it. We're going to cut that off. So if you haven't gotten in and you're interested, now is the time. So get on that. It's at the top of our website, phaseshiftgames.com. There's a link right at the top for late pledge for Drop Drive. Okay, I wanted to keep this one short, so that is about it. I welcome any questions, comments. We are, as always, 100% transparent with everything we know, good, bad, or indifferent. Have there been significant disappointments in this project? God, yes. I mean, the fact that the first year was all us, you know, final game development and files prep. That process took way longer. We've explained that many times prior, why it took so much longer, how much bigger and more complex the project was. What's interesting is that we're not the only ones. Essentially, what's now happened with every subsequent phase is all of the other companies involved have kind of concluded the same thing. Right, wrong, or indifferent, they're also experiencing delays. Each of these phases has just been longer than we expected. And all I can say is what's going to hit your tabletop in the end will be worth the wait. And we'll hope to see that all happening very soon over the months to come. We really are nearing the finish line. So thanks for listening, and hope you all have a great rest of your summer, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.